Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Play action. It's Tannehill. And incomplete to open things up. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out, something that lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's got room. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. 76 yards. And the Titans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Cantrell. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Off play action. Cantrell. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 6 yards left on second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Tannehill to his top target, Brown, for a Tennessee first. To throw is Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Kwity Paye in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
It looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Off play action, Tannehill. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now you got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And the Colts are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the release. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. From the 40 now on second down. Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. Now it's Patterson. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Man open. Here is Jones. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Cantrell. He'll air this one out for Mims. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And the Titans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. On first down, Cantrell. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 21. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Off play action. Cantrell. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Pushing his way through. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Able to find his man, John Phillips. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on second down. Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tannehill now to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Operating from the gun, Cantrell flushed out right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. And this one complete right side to Funchess. Touchdown Colts. Devin Funchess. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Patterson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield.
I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Jones goes diving, and he's got it. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.